I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been really hard to find any good deals for Black Friday 2025. And I know it's early, but this is when the deals usually start. However, today I think I found you some real nice deals that are gonna help you save some money at the Home Depot. Matter of fact, I think maybe up to 70% off, and I think that's pretty real nice. By the way, I already did a previous video that I'll put at the end of this video for Ridge and Ryobi tools. We have them in here. We found some new deals, but I do want to let you know I have a longer video. If you want to watch that, check that out at the end of this video. All right, let's start with some miscellaneous items. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a big word and it hurt my brain, but we're gonna start out with the Ring starter set. And this is not the Ring Pro. This is not the best of the best for their Ring camera doorbells. However, this one here is battery powered. And not only are you going to get that, you're going to get the indoor camera. So maybe like a nanny cam or whatever you're doing, but it's 50% off. You're saving 70 bucks, $69.99. You're not gonna get one, you're gonna get both of these. And that's a Black Friday deal. Let's move it to the next one. They do have deals going on right now for appliances and your vacuums and all that stuff. So this is the time of year, if you're looking to get into a vacuum system or one of those robot vacuums or whatever, this would be a good time to buy one of those said tools. Now, another thing you definitely want to consider buying during the Black Friday event is appliances. If you need a new washer, dryer, microwave, range, stove, refrigerator, whatever, Black Friday is the best time to buy. And the red, white, and blue and the 4th of July, it's a good time to buy as well, but Black Friday is the time to buy these things to save the most money. They do have the deals going on. The 2 appliances, you save $200. 3 appliances, you save $500. And then 4 plus appliances, you save $1,000 on that. And then a lot of the washers, the dryers, the dishwashers, all that stuff is 40% off as well. And then a couple more. I really want this. I seen this. I want this. I don't want it. I need this. I've never seen this before. I don't know if it's good. I'm just saying it's a lot of money off. 58% off. Looks awesome. The Prestige Series Black leather reclining 3D massage chair with foot rollers and heated seat. Listen, it got 231 reviews, 4.5 stars, which seems to be pretty good, but you're saving $2,300 off of that. And for a massage chair, I'm telling you, this looks pretty freaking real nice. I might actually get this, and you got a remote control for this thing. So I don't know. I'll leave everything in the shopping bag attached to this video. And let me explain something real quick before I show you the other deals. All right, real quick before I get to the other deals. A couple days ago, I did a deal video and I was accused by somebody that I've never seen before of clickbaiting. And the reason why they said I clickbait is because they couldn't find the shopping bag that I was talking about. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. Down here, if I scroll on my PC, it's gonna say view products. So I'm gonna click view products and it comes down right here. Just click this and you can see that the products that I talked about in that deal video show up. Now, if you buy through one of these links, it helps the channel. We earn a very small commission, but it allows the channel to continue doing what we're doing and also helps you find the tools faster. It doesn't cost you anything more to buy through the affiliate links. I believe if you're on your phone, you hit the shopping bag and it'll take you right to those tools. And if you're watching it from your television, which a lot of people do, it just brings up a barcode and then you scan it on your phone and it will take you to those tools, or it will send you a link on your phone. But if you're looking for the shopping bag and when you hear me say shopping bag, this is how it works. And you just click on that and it takes you directly to the tools. All right, one more random miscellaneous item and then we're gonna get to the tools. So 50% off. I'm surprised this is even off right now because Christmas is right around the corner, and this is when they start jacking prices up on Christmas trees. But the 7.5 Oxford Pine LED pre-lit artificial Christmas tree, I believe I actually have this one. Not the best of the best. I think we bought it from my wife's office, but yeah, 99 bucks for the 7.5, saving 100 bucks. That's not a bad deal. All right, now let's move it to your portable solar power stations. This is a really good deal, and I got a few of them here for you. Anker is like the top of the top. They're a very trusted brand. They're probably one of the best out on the market today. 48% off for the Solix 1000X. It's a solar generator, usually $1,448. 48% off. You're down to $749, and on top of that, you're gonna get a 200-watt solar panel. And these solar panels are really real nice, where you can fold these things up and it doesn't take a lot of storage. I'm telling you, this is a really good deal, but check out this one. We have review videos for all of these, and these are really, really good power units. This one here is usually $2,500. We're real, $2,500, 32% off, you're saving $800. For the Solix 3600 watt output, it's $1,699. Here's another one. I've never used Jackery, but I hear they're at the top of their game as well. They're a really, really good brand. This one here is not only the unit, but you're gonna get the expansion battery as well. And you're looking at 2,000 plus with expandable battery. So 3,000 watt, 6,000 watt peak. Usually $3,700, $2. Trust me, these things are usually really, really expensive. At 41% off, $21.99, you're saving $1,500. But I'm definitely saving the best for last. Check this out. This is the EcoFlow. This is a fantastic system. I did a video on this a couple years ago, still running awesomely. 51% off, usually for this bundle, $24.70. We're gonna save $1,271.65 cents. We're gonna round up this $1,200. Really, it's $1,199. But you're not only gonna get the unit itself, you're gonna get a 400-watt solar panel with this, and you can take this camping, fishing, RVing, whatever you're gonna do around the house. If you have a power outage, you can charge up your phones and do other things with it. It is a really, really good unit, and for that price, that is an absolute steal. All right, so let's move it along to the more conventional type of deals that you're gonna find on this channel. This right here is the 8-foot fiberglass step ladder, 12-foot reach, 250 lb, that's pound capacity. It's gonna be 50% off, usually $159. You're saving $79 down to $79.88 on this. And this one here is the 6-foot fiberglass step ladder, 10-foot reach height with 300-pound load capacity. You're saving 50% down from $139 down to $69.88. All right, let's move it over to Husky. And as soon as you walk into any Home Depot store, I guarantee these are gonna be plastered right into your face as soon as you walk in through those doors. This is your typical Black Friday deal for the mechanics tool sets, the 280 piece, 50% off. You're saving $100, goes up to $200 and within the next month or two. But $99, you're gonna get a pretty nice solid case for this and a lifetime warranty on this kit. Here's the Husky utility knife. I don't really care for these that much, but you are saving some money if you just need one to throw in your truck or your drawer or whatever you need to do. 29% off, you're saving $2, but only $4.97 for the Husky utility folding lock back utility knife. And here's a couple more stocking stuffer ideas. This is the 1800 lumen dual power LED rechargeable tactical focusing flashlight for 43% off. And 33% off, you're saving $10 down to $19.97 for the 850 lumen dual power LED rechargeable headlamp. 41% off, you're saving $35 down to $49.97 for the 94-piece mechanic tool set. And you're saving 41% down to $49.97 for the 3/8 inch drive torque wrench, 20 foot-pounds to 100 foot-pounds. All right, let's move it over to Milwaukee IA tools. So $199, you're gonna get the two 5 amp hours, and then you're gonna get a charger. It's not gonna be the rapid charger, it's just gonna be a standard charger. But what I like about this deal is that you're paying full price for this, but if you click over on here, free tool, you're gonna be able to pick from a couple different things. You got the recip, you got the D-handle jigsaw, you got this right here. This is the 4500 lumen Rover dual power triple panel flood area light, and that's usually $199. This right here is the Gen 3. This is a 3/8 inch compact impact wrench, $249 by itself. You'll get that for free. Down here, this is the portable inflator. You get the radio, you get the sidewinder here. This is 6.5 inch. You're gonna get the blower. You'll get another 6.0. You can get, I wouldn't get this right here. This right here, you get a better deal with this. This is not the Milwaukee IA fuel. This is not the best of the best multi-tool. I would skip that. I would go with something like this, unless you absolutely need that. I'm just saying that's whatever. The router. If I were to buy that router by itself, it's $199. You scroll down here and you get the impact driver. So you get to pick one of these tools for free if you buy that kit, and that's pretty real nice. And I sort of got a deal going on for the 12 amp hour Forge. This is the best of the best when it comes to the Milwaukee batteries, and you get the rapid charger with it for $299. But if you click on here, they'll give you a free 8.0 Forge for $299, which it usually runs. I don't know if you can see that all real nice, but I'll bring that down. You're gonna be able to pick that product for free. So that's a pretty half decent deal. And you can see as you're scrolling, you know, the grinder right here, if I were to buy that grinder, I would get these two for free. So they show it a couple different ways. I just wanna let you know that if you do walk into the store and you try to buy a grinder, make sure that you're not walking away from a deal. Make sure that, well, you're getting subscribed and hitting the bell notification on the tool review zone, because I'm trying to save you a little bit of that moolah. Just let me show you one more time. You can see this Rover light. You're gonna get both of those for 65% off at $199. So if you're going into the store, you're buying online, make sure you're getting that package kit deal. So this one here is a little bit different this year. Usually when you walk into the Home Depot, you're gonna find two fastback utility knives for around $13 or $14. And they're just your standard fastbacks. However, this one here is the one that a lot of people absolutely love, this utility knife. This is the one that comes with the screwdriver attachment on the back. So it's a fastback 6-in-1 folding utility knife with general purpose blade. You're gonna get a 2-pack, 50% off. You're basically getting one for free. So even though it looks more expensive, well, you're getting this screwdriver attachment up on top, and people really do love that. And that's a great stocking stuffer. All right, here's the deal on the Milwaukee IA pack out system, but this is the low profile handle. I think usually this thing runs well. It says right here, $349. You're saving $80, 23% off at $269 for this with the low profile handle. And I do want to show you that With the Milwaukee pack-out stuff, there is a buy more, save more type of deal. So if you spend $199 on select items, you get $50 off. If you spend $299 or more, you get $90 off. And then if you spend $399 and more, you get $150 off. And this is mostly covering your accessories. So if you wanted to pack out 38-inch rolling tool chest, you would buy more, save more. And if you were to add the Milwaukee 22-inch 3-drawer system, you would buy more, save more. So the more you spend, the more you save. It's kind of a bummer because it doesn't apply to the actual pack-out rolling system itself. However, if you wanted to accessorize or get different toolboxes for your pack-out, you could buy more, save more, and there are a bunch of different things that you can save on. You're probably gonna see this in store as well. This is your basic 2 tape measure deal. It's 57% off, usually $45 for 2 of them. But if you were to buy this, you're gonna get the $19.97 price on that. You buy 3, you get $10 off. Buy 5, you get $30 off. So there are some savings for this. And again, it's a good stocking stuffer. And I actually like this one as well. This is the very compact, brushless, coreless 1/4-inch impact driver kit with the 2 amp hour. You're gonna get the standard charger, you're gonna get the bag. And this is a very, very small impact driver. It's nothing fancy about this. You don't have all the bells and whistles, but it does have a little bit of oomph, and you can get in some really, really tight areas with this thing. And then also, if I move my face over here, if I were to buy this, I also get an option to click on 5% off. And if I wanted to buy, you know, some shockwave bits with it, I would save a little bit more that way. And you could also get the 5-piece hex bit holder with carabiners. So that's not a bad buy for that. So DeWalt's been a little tough finding pretty good deals this year, but don't worry, I think in the upcoming week or two, we're gonna see some significant drops. So get subscribed, hit the bell notification. But the one I wanna point out to you is that you can see, you're gonna be able to get a couple free tools here, but the one I really wanna focus in on is this one right here. Let me click on it. I don't know, this one just seems to be the best bang for the buck. So you're gonna get the 20-volt 2 amp hour, 20-volt 5 amp hour, and the battery charger. Plus, you're gonna be able to pick a free gift. Now, this is $199 if I were to buy this kit. However, if I click on this, and again, there's a couple different configurations. I just like this one the best. But if I click on this, you can see I have a jigsaw. I can get the impact wrench. That's usually $239. Go down grinder. You got the 60-volt sexy flex. This is 6 amp hour. You know, the router is usually $249 by itself, the Sidewinder, just a bunch of different things. Even a blower down here at $179, you can get that for free. So, I mean, depends on what you want. Look, even a string trimmer. Yeah, so if you were to buy that kit, that's a pretty legit deal that you're gonna be able to pick one of these tools for free. And just to show you real quick, the reason why I like that item the best is because if I wanted this tool for free, if I wanted the drywall cutout tool, the best way to do this is you don't want to spend $399 for the kit unless you actually need that. Right here it's $299 for the kit. $499 you would get this for free with this kit here. But the best way to do it again is the $199. So if you don't want to spend a crazy amount of money but you want a free tool, look, $199, you get this kit here, and that's why I feel that this is the best way to get that free tool without spending a ton of money. I also really like this deal here for $9.97, usually 13 bucks. You're not saving a crazy amount of money, but look what you get inside this thing for only 10 bucks. Again, it's a great stocking stuffer, but check this out. This right here, this little piece, this little yellow piece, did a video on this. I think got like 3 million views on it. It's hard to find these things by themselves. This is like a magnetic screw grabber that goes on the tip of your bit. And it's an awesome little freaking tool, but this is how you have to buy it now in these kits. And sometimes you can find the kits, sometimes you can't. So 10 bucks, that's an awesome, awesome stocking stuffer. Now, I also like this deal because it sort of makes sense. A lot of times you find these combo kits and these deals that just don't make sense. They'll pair a vacuum up with like a leaf blower. It just doesn't make sense to me. This does. You're gonna get that charger, you're gonna get the 5 amp hour, you're gonna get the ratchet, and you're gonna get the impact wrench. 46% off if you were to buy this, usually $500 for each individual bought separately, but $269 for that entire kit. It's really not a bad deal. And then also, it'll probably be in store as well, just like the Milwaukee IA, you're gonna get the DeWalt magnetic, and it's gonna be 25-foot magnetic tape measure, a 2-pack, usually $41.94 is what they're claiming, but you can get 2 of these 53% off at $19.88 for that kit. A couple more for DeWalt. You can see here, if I were to get that 3-inch cutoff tool, instead of just walking into the store and buying that, let's look at a main item. For some reason, they are really trying to push these grease guns. But if you don't want to spend $349, if you don't need a grease gun, check out this right here. If I were to click on this here, it's going to be the main tool, 2 5 amp hours with the charger, and then come over to free tool. And I'm going to be able to pick a couple different things here. I'm going to be able to pick the radio, the 3-inch cutoff tool. I'm going to get the vacuum here. and then the light. So 1, 2, 3, 4 tools that you can get. You can pick one of these for free, and that's not a bad deal for this bundle. All right, couple more for DeWalt. This is a really cool screwdriver and an amazing stocking stuffer, and 36% off, usually $21.97 down to $13.97. You get all these bits, and this thing here is like a ratcheting screwdriver that extends out. So this thing is a really cool screwdriver, and for that price, an amazing stocking stuffer. And one more, I know they carry this in store because I seen them the other day, 57% off. You're saving some money, saving $17.10 down to $12.88. 10 compartment shallow pro small parts organizer for that. That's not a bad buy for this as well. So I have a lot more deals coming your way, but if you could smash that like button, it would really be greatly appreciated. If I'm helping you save money, then that would help the channel continue doing what we're doing as well. Makita, their deals are just really hard to come by. I did find a couple of them. This mower here, never used it, but you do get a few different things, and it does seem like it's a pretty legit deal. So check this out, the 21-inch. It looks like a metal stamp deck over here. Again, I've never used this here. It's self-propelled. You're gonna get not 1, but 2, 3, 4 of the bat rays. They're 18 volt plus the dual charger. However, if you click on free, right here, you can see this pops up. Let me just drag this over a little bit, and you're going to get a free LXT 18 volt brushless cordless shaft powered string trimmer with the blower, and another charger with another 18 volts. So you're going to get that for free. That's not really that bad of a deal, considering a lot of these type of lawnmowers, they're really starting to go for, like, you know, the upper class ones, like $1,100. So that's a pretty legit buy, and that's where they're at $159 normally, but you're gonna get that free kit. So that's a legit, I will give Makita props for that. That is a legit deal. And then this one here is another kit deal. It's the string trimmer with the attachments, the pole saw, plus the 18 volt and the charger. But if I come over here and click free, well, they're gonna give me another of the bat ray, the charger, and the chainsaw. So it's the 12-inch 18 volt chainsaw. So you can get that for free. And just to show you what this thing usually runs itself, it is, well, it doesn't say. Very strange. They also have a 33% off. You're saving 90 bucks, $179 for two 5 amp hour 18 volts. And unfortunately, that's really about it for Makita. I just want to show you this saw here. This is a rear handle saw. It's a great saw, but it's been around for ages. I think they helped build the pyramids with this saw. And usually this thing goes down to $200, and you're going to get 2 additional bat rays with this thing, and the kit and the charger. But the lowest they're going this year, from what I'm seeing, is $359. They're saying it's 10% off. It's usually $400. That's a horrendous buy. So I'm just pointing that out. Not seeing a lot from Makita. The last previous ones, they were okay, but really nothing else. So if you're in the Makita platform, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find you deals. It's just very hard with them. That pesky Makita gnome just doesn't want to give you any savings. All right, let's move it over to the Ryobi, not Ryobi. Now this one here is a little bit pricey, but you do get a special buy with it. This is the 42-inch. It's completely electric riding mower with the joystick. You're gonna get 2 80 volts and then 2 12 amp hour 40 volts. And saving $1,000, 17% off at $5,000 for this thing. But if I click on this, and listen, a lot of people buy these things. If you were to click, if you wanted the bagger, you would get that for free. So listen, if you have the money to spend on that, that's up to you. I'm just letting you know that that is the deal for this right now. I believe this is a repeat deal from what we talked about in the previous video. This is a 4 amp hour and a 2 amp hour for your basic entry level type of batteries. However, if you were to pick that for 99 bucks, you do get a free tool that you can pick from. So the grinder, the fan, the blower, recip, you know, a couple different things, even a string trimmer. This is the 18 volt. This is like for small yards and stuff, the sander, the router, you know, just pick something. 99 bucks for 2 speakers, and you'll get one of those for free if you were to buy that kit. So don't just go into Home Depot and buy this kit without picking up a free tool. And you can see, if you're scrolling through the Home Depot website, you can see these kits are popping up. So if you were to buy that kit, you can pick one of the free tools, or they're promoting it this way as well. So you would get the fan and then the batteries and all that stuff. So 62% off with that. The impact wrench would be 67% off. You can see right here. So this one here is also a pretty legit buy. This is the dual inflator, and if you need to inflate your tires because it's getting cold or warm and your PSI is draining, for 43% off, this thing usually runs 70 bucks, but at $39.97, that's a legit buy. I like the rigid one better, but this one here is still a legit buy if you're in the platform. 3% off, $29.97 for the 18 volt cordless glue tool. This thing here, listen, Ryobi does a really good job on their glue guns. Just a really good job on their glue guns. And for $29.97, that's a pretty legit buy. Check this one out, 69% off 11-inch flexible shaft bit holder. So usually $15.97 down to $4.97. So again, 69% off for this thing, and that's 11-inch. Just in case you didn't hear me, that's an 11-inch flexible shaft, my friends. That is impressive for only $497. I think this is a repeat, but still, if you're looking to get into a platform or looking to stock up on some of the batteries, this is the time of year to do it. This is 2 8-amp hours. These are the high performance, 49% off. You're basically getting one for free at $179. So that's a pretty good buy for the size of these. 5% off. Let me move my face over here. 99 bucks. You're going to get the 2-amp hour to 4-amp hour. You're going to get the smaller charger and the recip saw. So that's 65% off. You're gonna get 50% off. You're saving $6 down to $597 from $12. The black oxide round shank drill bit set. It's a 15-piece. Here's a 40% off. You're down from $10 to $6. The impact rated driving set, 30-piece. These are all pretty good stocking stuffer ideas. 37% off. You're saving $3, $497 for the impact rated bit holder set. It's a 3-piece. And this are all new deals. They weren't in the previous video, I do not believe. 14% off. You're saving $50 on the 10-inch sliding compound miter saw. And that's a tool only, but it's going to be 18-volt brushless. Here's one for 67% off. This is a Speed Load Titanium 4-piece hex shank twist drill bit set. It's a 4-piece again. So you're down to like $3 for that thing. 50% off. This is a Speed Load Titanium 4-piece hex shank pilot drill bit set. And again, $297 for this, usually $6 for it. 3.5-inch diamond grit impact drive bits, 3-piece set, and that's going to be 63% off. You're saving $5 down to $297. Again, these are really good stocking stuffer ideas. Up to 70%. There's a 70% right here. Usually $997. You're saving $7. $3 is $297 for the 2-piece 6-inch diamond. So these are extended bits, and they're the grit impact drive bits. So 70% off, my friends. I've even seen this one before. This is a 26-piece 1/4-inch drive ratchet and socket set. 33% off, saving $10 down from $29.97 down to $19.97. So again, a nice stocking stuffer. % off down to $10.97 from $14.27. It's 11-in-1 multi-bit screwdriver with cushion grip handle. % off the 1 plus 18-volt, 120-watt, 12-volt automotive power inverter with dual USB ports. Legit buy. The file sander kit with 2 4-amp hours and 1 2-amp hour with the charger, $149. If you were to buy those by themselves, just the kit alone is saving you a ton of money, 69% off. $149 is a good buy for that. And one more of those kit type of deal, 63% off. You're going to get not 1 but 2 speakers, and not 1 but 2 batteries. You're going to get a 6-amp hour and a 4-amp hour. Plus, I don't like these chargers. I'm just telling you, if you have a regular charger, that's great. These chargers here aren't great. This little thing right here, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that. However, $139 for that, that's still a really, really good buy. It's 63% off. They're stating that you're saving $237.97 at $139. It's still a good buy. All right, last but not least, let's take a look at Rigid. And this right here, I'm seeing new lower price. I could swear this thing was like $89 or $90 on sale a couple years ago, but the new lower price looks to be around $60 for a very capable vacuum. This is a 16-gallon 5.0 peak horsepower NXT shop vacuum. Rigid makes really, really good vacuums, and you get the lifetime service agreement with these things. If you sign up within 90 days, anything ever happens to it, you get them fixed for free or replaced. So you can't beat that deal. For $60, you're gonna get all the attachments, the vacuum and the filter. I think this is pretty real nice. Like, even though it doesn't have a percentage off, I remember these things being more expensive, and the new lower price, that's a legit buy for that vacuum. Like this deal, this is the 14-gallon 6.0 peak horsepower NXT shop vacuum. Look at all the accessories you're going to get with this thing, including the wet dry filter. $109 for this, 31% off. You're saving $50, and that is true. These things usually run throughout the year off peak season at $159. That is a legit buy for that vacuum. Again, Rigid makes some really awesome vacuum. No matter where you go, you're going to see a Rigid vacuum most of the time sitting in the corner for cleanup. So $109, you get all those accessories, legit buy. Now, those previous ones were new deals. This is a repeat. It's 2 4-amp hour max output. This is the mid-grade battery for them. It's the 18-volt max and the starter kit. So you're going to pick 2 of these, but if I come down here, $149, 52% off, you can see that I can pick a free tool. Let me move my sweet face over here. You can see there's a grinder over here. You got the dual charger. You got the blower, the sidewinder, and that's a 6.5-inch, or the mid-torque impact wrench. So a pretty nice deal for not only the 2 4-amp hours in the charger, but you're gonna get the free tool with that. I don't usually do these big kit deals because I just don't really care for them. However, this one is a legit buy with all of these here, with all of the tools. It's going to be an 8-tool combo kit with 2 amp hour and a 4 amp hour. You're going to save 63% off of $299, plus you get that carrying bag. So that's a pretty solid buy for that. Other ways to get these free tools. So you can see this is the impact driver and the drill driver, plus you're going to get the bag, the charger, $249. If I click on this, let me move my face, and it'll also show you how these things are set up where you can get the free tool. So if you just want to spend a little bit less, go with the 2 bat rays and then get the free tool. But if you wanted this impact driver and drill driver kit, well, you can pick from there as well. But it's still a phenomenal buy. You're going to get a 2 amp hour, you're going to get a charger and the vacuum, plus you get the extension kit on this thing here. They're not showing it in the picture, at least not that one. 42% off. This thing is an absolute vacuum workhorse. It really does do a great job. It's not the quietest, it's pretty loud, but it's still got power and it just takes a beating. So $69 for this thing, and everything you're getting 42% off, down from $119. Grab that while you can, because I'm telling you, that thing is phenomenal. Here for Rigid, this is the drywall cutout tool, 62% off. You're gonna get a 2 amp hour, you're gonna get the tool itself and the charger, $79 for that. It's a really legit buy. You can take a look at, this is a 4 amp hour. This is your entry level, the bat ray. However, they upped the price a little bit to $109. I wouldn't buy this $109 by itself if I was just looking for it. But with this deal here, if you click a main item here and you buy one of these tools, you can get that for free. So just coming down here, if I go with the grease gun at $199, I can click on that and it'll bring me to the page with free gifts. So I click on this down here and you can see that you can get a free battery. So going into Home Depot and you see that grease gun because you need it, you want to buy it, you're also going to get that free tool. So make sure that you get those promotions while you're in store as well. Pretty half decent buy with the inflator here. You're going to get the 2 amp hour for free, basically $79, 53% off. If you were to buy these, you know, separately, you would spend $169, but buying them total, you're saving $89. So you scroll down here and just let me move this over a little bit. You can see this 53% off, $79 for both of those. So that's pretty a legit buy as well. A little more to go here, 55% off, $89. You're gonna get the 2 amp hour. You're gonna get the 18-volt cordless floodlight kit and the charger for $89, saving $109. Neat deal, but I still think it's a good buy. These are your basic entry level. They're not the max outputs or even the top of the line. These are gonna be your standard 4 amp hour. You're gonna get 2 of those. And your standard 2 amp hours, you're gonna get 2 of those. So 4 altogether, plus you're gonna get the dual charger, and it's gonna be 68% off, $169 for that entire kit, which is still a pretty legit buy. And last but not least, this one here, again, I don't really like doing kit deals, but this one is a pretty legit buy as well. You're gonna get the 3 tool plus the 2 amp hour bat rays, and you're gonna get the charger. It's 55% off, you're saving $240. If you were to buy those all separately, then it's gonna cost you a lot more than buying it like this. And of course, before we go, I do want to thank all of the channel members for their channel memberships. It really does help us out over here and allows us to continue doing what we're doing. For some reason, this thing keeps skipping up on me, but everybody here, thank you so much. And I'm going to scroll down a couple more times. Thank you so much for the help that you do on this channel, and it really is appreciated. So with that, we'll be back with more videos soon.